What is going on, everybody? As you can see, we've got a little different scenery tonight. So finally, it is nice in, I'll say, my neck of the woods. I know the East Coast looked like they were getting kind of slammed with some kind of nasty weather, but looking forward to finally getting back out here on the deck and having a nice cigar, have a nice kind of easy Tuesday evening before I get on a plane and head to Tennessee tomorrow and for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A lot of stuff going on down there. At George Dickel, Jack Daniels. I'm not sure how I could forget that. Then we'll be heading over to Chattanooga, not necessarily to do any pick, but just visiting. So, but anyway, thanks guys and ladies. I appreciate everybody for joining tonight. Hopefully it looks okay. I can't do anything about this, but hopefully it looks okay. Hopefully it sounds okay. It's about as makeshift as possible. So, but looking forward to, yeah, just kind of having a fun, relaxing night. I will open this up in a little bit. So if you're in an area that's not getting, drenched, feel free to light up a cigar and pour a whiskey. We'll talk a little bit about what maybe you're smoking and pouring, and we'll have just kind of an easy night. So looking forward to getting into some things. So like I said, I'll open it up here in a little bit, but wanted to kind of get my cigar and whiskey kind of underway before we got into all of that. But let me go back and say hi to a few people that were in here right away. Got to give it to first and foremost tonight, man. Mr. Whiskey knows he was on it first in line tonight. Cheers, Marty. Randall was in. Top Dog was in. What else we got here? TK, Trevor Kunkel was in. I know he's been busy in the fields. Mr. Roy R is walking. Good to see you, Roy. Appreciate that, buddy. Truman in the house. Good to see you, bud. What do we got here? There's the man himself, Top Jimmy. Good to see you, bud. Appreciate you joining tonight. What else we got here? Tom, the Bourbon Jerk. Thanks for joining tonight as well. Appreciate that. What else we got? Mr. Girth Brooks. So I'm looking forward to this. So yeah, man, if you have some time and you want to jump on a little bit, grab a nice cigar and a whiskey, and we'll have a little fun night tonight. So same applies for you, Roger. Thanks for joining tonight. Appreciate it. What else we got here? Oh, that might be it for right now. So I'm sure a few other people will pop in here a little bit. Oh, there's the boss. Katie, thank you. I'll see Katie on, let's see, Friday at Jack Daniels. So looking forward to seeing Ethan and Katie again as well. So, Mr. Fratney, good to see you, Mike. Thanks for jumping in. There's the man. What's up, Big Vic? Good to see you, brother. Sugar Kitty, what's up, buddy? Mr. Ed Williams, I know he'll be partaking, I'm sure, in a cigar and a whiskey as well. So, thanks for jumping in here, Ed. Let's see. I'll catch up here in a second. So there's probably Ethan. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for jumping in here tonight. All right. So let's do this. Let's see. There he is. JG. Good to see you, buddy. What's up, brother? I'll see Jace tomorrow evening. Wednesday, we'll be flying into Nashville and going from there. So there's the baller. Good to see you, Renee. Looking forward to seeing Renee on Friday as well. So let's see here. John, cheers, buddy. Let me get, all right. So we're all caught up here. So I'll monitor the chat here a little bit, and let's see here. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm going to make the screen a little bit bigger on my end, and I'll monitor. I do like how it has that little chat in the lower right-hand corner, that I can kind of keep an eye on some of that stuff in my phone as well. So you guys give me a thumbs up or whatever if you guys can hear me okay. Everything sounds good. I don't think there's any real lag. It looks pretty good. So anyway, so here's what we're going to start with. You guys can all leave what you're kind of pairing or smoking or what you're sipping on tonight, whatever it may be, one or the other or both. That's cool. But I'm going to start with the I don't know if you guys can see that. The Oliva V, or a Siri V, whatever you want to call it, the Maduro. So looking forward to this, nice and chocolatey, spicy, all of that. My favorite cut right there, the old V cut. I don't know, there's just something about the V cut that for me, I like it. Like how it kind of draws, how it smokes. Kind of seems to, for me, I don't know why with cigars, but seems to allow for not only a little better draw, but because it's kind of deeper into the cigar, but it allows for, I don't know, the foot to seem to burn a little more evenly. I don't know if that's just, a thing or whatever it may be, or just coincidence, but it's something that I've noticed, and I've kind of always had a V cut for, I don't know, I'm going to say probably the last several years. So anyway, looking forward to getting into this. I will say this, I'm not a huge fan of Oliva generally. I don't know why necessarily. I guess I don't even have like really a great reason for it, but I've just never I guess really totally gotten into it or seem to enjoy it while I am. So we'll see tonight. I'm gonna light this thing, and I'm gonna start with, you guys let me know if I should start with, before I light my cigar, if I should start with this. So you guys know what I'm smoking. So should I start with the Star Hill Farm, which I already have poured, or the newest batch, which for me is a huge outlier. So if you guys haven't, shameless plug, if you haven't seen the video I did a couple days ago, just released this one, I'll tell you what, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by what this profile is on the newest Larceny, the barrel proof B525. So for me, it was just different. I think it drank much more in the profile wise of what you get with a wheat whiskey, that real deep, dark richness that you get with a really nice wheat whiskey. This was kind of giving me those vibes. So let me know what you think of which one I should start with. I was reading a comment and try to do too many things at one time. So I saw JG said the Larceny. I can pour that as well, but leave a comment, and I will whatever one becomes kind of the consensus, then I'll go from there. So Randall says, Scott, not breaking out the white owls. White owls. Am I missing something? I don't know what white owls is. Not sure what that is. All right, JG. If you guys want, like I said, I'll drop a link here in a little bit, but I wanted to kind of get into this one first. If anybody wants to jump on and join, but boy, that band is kind of loose. So anyway, all right, let's toast the foot and get into tonight. So again, cheers, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in. So appreciate it. Give this thing a nice little quick little toast here. Set it up for a little better burn. This is maybe one of the most, if you're kind of newer to cigars, this is maybe one of the most important parts of lighting a cigar, to kind of assure that you're going to get a really nice burn. So, so far, man, right off the first draw or two, really nice, kind of chocolatey, spicy, maybe better than I remember. That's for sure. Yeah, good burn so far. Got a little hot on one end there, but that's okay. She'll even out a little bit. So let's do this. Let me I'll start first with the What's Ed got? Ed's about to light up a West Tampa. Oh, I thought I had one before. I had a West Tampa. I had the white, actually white, black, and I believe the other one I had was like a maroon. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ed, but I thought there were three, three in that kind of main lineup of theirs. So, all right, got that thing fired up. All right, we're gonna start with the. We'll start with the Star Hill Farm. So I like to kind of get into that a little bit. Let's first get into the cigar a little bit, let that thing kind of get on the palate, see how it's going to be. It feels like this is going to really bring out some nice spices. So just got a little bit here in the glass, and yeah, we'll see what this is all about. But man, I was glad with the weather looking like it was. I was kind of waiting until kind of yesterday to see really how everything was going to shake out weather-wise before I obviously committed to this, and it turned out pretty good. Humidity starting to go down a little bit, and it turned into a really, really beautiful evening. So appreciate everybody for being here. All right, let's give it a try. Boy, kind of interesting with that. It almost feels like it kind of tamed the cigar down a little bit. I wouldn't say they're 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 almost kind of like soft and mellow together a little bit. Not something that I was expecting. For some reason, I thought that was going to make that whiskey or the combo a little bit spicier, but it never really did. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I'd say maybe if you I mean, them together, I mean, they work really well from the standpoint of it being like, I guess, balanced, if that makes sense. You're not really I don't feel that like either the whiskey or cigar are necessarily complementing each other. It just feels a little bit, um, I don't know, it just feels a little bit kind of lackluster if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know, JG. Maybe that's a little bit of what it is. Um, it's not a maybe a big, huge spice bomb. Maybe if you got something that was, a little bit, maybe, more, yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you just had more of a full bodied cigar, um, even though, I mean, I don't know, maybe that's why I don't smoke these as much. It just doesn't feel, it's just a nice cigar. I'll say that. Like it um, needs a peanut butter forward whiskey. Um, you know, I don't know, it just feels like an easy cigar. It's been a while since I've had an Oliva, and I kind of forgot a little bit about it. I mean, it's just a nice cigar. I wonder how that will work with maybe a larceny, maybe, the weeded bourbon. I don't know, maybe that'll bring a little something out of it. So, let's see, what's Ryan say? My puffs and pours is a Fury Ortega Suma. And J. Henry and Sons Anniversary Blend Bourbon, another great Nancy Free. Oh, awesome. That's yeah, I know that she helps J. Henry with really all of their stuff. But Yeah, she's just an incredible blender. I mean, she does. Now, in fairness, I don't know what it is, like, some of the J. Henry things, some I'm a fan of, some I haven't been, so really can be a little bit kind of hit or miss for me on some of those things. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe a little retro hail or something like that will kinda get this thing fired up a little bit, but so far, I would say with this cigar, I this feels like to me like a cigar I'd probably just want, like, on its own or just not have to really think about it. I don't know if I would really necessarily maybe pair this with something that was, a little bit lighter. I did bring out this might be kind of interesting, 2 of these other things. I did bring out, um, our Belle of Bedford. This is a rye. This is a little bit more of an earthy, a little more of a grain forward rye. So I don't know, maybe that would be kind of interesting. Um, I've got the our pick from our Evernorth. That was the I think this is the one was the Indiana and Maryland blend. Yeah, this is the 9-year-old American whiskey blends of Sagamore and MGP. So yeah, it just feels like so far like a really just a well balanced like cigar. Like if you just want a really nice cigar, and I think you don't have to think about it. It feels a lot like what that would give you. Actually, I don't even know what that I don't it's been a while since I've got this, but I don't even know what these are going for. Maybe 10 bucks, 8, 10, 12 bucks, something like that. But yeah, I think to Katie's point, I know JG said the same thing with coffee and cigar. I know oftentimes with a lot of those flavors that come from those coffees, that can be a great pairing as well. But no coffee tonight, just whiskey. All right, let's try I'm gonna pour it in the same glass. Screw it. A little water first. Yeah, Mike, that was a great rye. I think maybe for a lot of people, um, I think who a lot of people who may have passed on that bottle of ours, um, I think it's just a little bit maybe too aggressive of a rye. I think people have gotten so used to a lot of these just sweet, minty, chocolate kind of ryes where that Belle of Bedford is much more of a rye drinker's rye, a more like meaty kind of rye grain, I should say. All right, let's see what the newest B525. I'm telling you, I hope you guys try the newest larceny, that B525, whenever you see it, because it is much different than I'll say any of their other releases, even going back to their very first ones. Now, their very first ones were a little bit hot, maybe not the greatest right away with them figuring out the profile, but the last couple or four have been, I think, good. But this one, for me, maybe it elevated this B525 right to the top. It was that good to me. Really, I mean, a great burn. I mean, it's a perfect burn on this thing so far, which I love. So now I find now generally what I try to do for me, like in the summer, is get a lot of the temperature and humidity down a little bit so that it's a little bit drier. When these things get, in the summer a little too wet, they just don't burn very well. I mean, oftentimes that's the case overall, but anyway, so all right, let's do this. If anybody wants to join and share what it is that they are smoking and sipping on, you're more than welcome to join in. I wanted to get in on this a little bit before we kind of did all that. So there you go. What's up, Lance? I was chatting with Lance before. We were kind of going through some of these things. I sent what I was doing tonight to a couple of people, and Lance was one of them. Lance is obviously big whiskey and cigar guy, and I was kind of going back and forth trying to figure out what in the world to kind of pair tonight. I had some Aganorsa, which I'm a huge fan of Aganorsa Leaf. This here, I don't know if you guys can even see or tell what that one is or not, but that's their the second edition. I've got a few Caldwell, which I'm a big fan of. Blind Man's Bluff right here, which is a nice little cigar. What's this? Oh, the Die Young. Yeah, this is another Caldwell Die Young. It's kind of when you kind of say some of these things out loud, you're like, geez, what's going on? But the King, nice little cigar. I'd say that's probably just kind of more of an everyday kind of cigar. I did bring out the Pinkies Out, but I don't know. It's Alec Bradley. If you guys weren't aware of Pinkies Out, great cigar that was an older one. That's an old cigarclub.com pour, but all right, let's give this, we're still like in the first third at this point. So it'll be interesting to see what the transition is once it kind of gets into that second third of really where this cigar starts to go. So far, a little bit on the mellow side. All right, I saw JG said before, this thing was what, 12 or actually, you know what? Let me do this. Let me pin the comment here and bring on Girth here. What is up, brother?
Not much. What's going on?
Not much. How are you doing?
Oh, doing well.
Well, that's good. That's good. Let me, I'm going to hang on 1 second. All right. What do you got there? All right. Another Oliva V. All right. Can't go wrong with that. It kind of seems to be like right now with what I've got, a very everyday feeling kind of cigar for me. So
the first one I had from this box, I was not impressed with. So I'm hoping maybe they just acclimated a little bit and are ready to smoke.
yeah, and that's the thing. I think oftentimes when you buy those when you buy the boxes, I do think those things definitely need some time to acclimate a little bit. I'm just looking to see. I thought somebody else jumped in, but let me do this. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm going to pin the comment or pin the thing on here. Actually, can I do it right from here? I don't know if I can do it or not. I was just looking to see if I could pin that. Don't even let me do anything. I don't know if... Oh, here we go. Okay. No, I can't. Well, I don't know why I can't. I don't know why I can't pin it. I don't know if anybody who's a mod or any of you guys able to actually, you know what? I might be able to do it right in here. Hang on. There we go. All right, I just put it at the top. So if anybody does want to join, you're more than welcome. So. All right, and just like that, Girth is now gone. Foam price died. All right, what do we got here? All right, Roy's got the Oliva Series G. All right. This is Series V I've got right now. You're making me feel kind of bad. Oh, here he is. All right, there you go. Okay. Randall, you're making me kind of feel bad about the breast cancer awareness night, considering we're sitting here smoking cigars and drinking a bunch of whiskey. But
this is just a bum shirt for me, so I don't care if it gets all smoky.
There you go. Yeah, you do. You have to be a little cognizant of that. So Right. We're gonna have a cigar battle tonight, it sounds like.
I almost
Willie,
busted out one of my Agnorses.
what whiskey are you smoking? Or what whiskey are you smoking? What whiskey are you sipping on?
Not the pick, but just the regular holiday Rickhouse proof weeded.
Oh, there you go. All right.
I have a little bit left in that. Figured I'd try to get rid of it.
Yeah, nothing
It's
wrong
pretty
with that.
good.
What you're liking it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I still have probably 3/4 of a bottle of each of the holidays I got from the last year's pick. So
Great brand, great whiskey. I think they're doing absolutely amazing things, that's for sure. So all right, let's get into this. So I poured the newest Larceny barrel proof B525. So let's see if this one changes at all, or if this is a little bit better. All right, we knew he couldn't keep the old man down, so we knew eventually he'd hack his way in here, and that he did. So, what's up, brother?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I think we're all smoking something very similar.
Yeah, I got the Olivia V, just the regular, not the Maduro.
Okay.
Mine's a torpedo too.
Yeah, I'm generally more of a Toro kind of guy. I like that size, usually like that smoke for the most part. But what whiskey are you pairing it with, and why?
I'm actually coffee. I've got Drifting Drams Mexican decaf. So
all right, there you go. Now you can give us some. You can give us the coffee and cigar updates.
yeah, it's good.
Oh, I'll say I like the new Larceny much better. Boy, it brought out a lot of like butterscotch in that thing for whatever reason. Much spicier. I don't remember it being nearly as spicy just on its own, but the cigar seemed to bring out a little more spice in this. So far, I would say from a pairing standpoint, I like the Larceny barrel proof, at least the B525, more than I do the Star Hill Farms with that. So,
God, I've been ashing everywhere tonight. Everywhere but the ashtray.
that happens. That happens. Let me ask you guys this: from a cigar standpoint, do you have a temperature and kind of humidity that you prefer to smoke cigars at? I know some are low, some are high humidity, but I'm always interested as to, like, because we're all kind of similar in kind of close states. So
Right.
we all have a lot of the same kind of temperatures. But what do you typically kind of try to keep your stuff at or around?
I just follow the 70 rule, to be honest. It works best. I was doing 65 for a while and things just weren't burning right. And I switched back to 70 or 69 and it's worked perfect. So go figure.
Right. Yeah, it's oh no, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, you finish. No worries.
No, I was gonna say, like, it does. It kind of fluctuates, I think, with all of us getting like snow and winter and how you have to kind of adjust that, a little bit. But yeah, it just seems when these things get a little bit too wet for me, I'd almost rather it be on the drier side. So I try to keep my stuff, at least in the summer, like temperature wise, like from an electric one, if I can keep it at like 65, 66, maybe 67, both humidity and temperature, that seems to work well for me and like how the cigars burn a little bit more consistently.
Yeah, when I was the big deal I was having with the dryer cigars is that like the caps, like I would cut them and then I'd be cutting them light and just the caps would fall off or I was having problems with that and just that was the big thing. And once I switched, I haven't had a problem at all. It's kind of weird. So.
I do a lot of like rotating them, so I move them around quite a bit in like different parts of the humidors. I know it's like a little bit kind of like anal, but I'd like to move them like, every maybe month, move like top to bottom or whatever it may be. And that seems to help, but I know exactly what you mean, Jay. I mean, there's nothing more like frustrating than cutting it and like the whole thing like falls apart almost.
I mean, it's like you cut your less than a dime width out of it and then just whatever part of that cap comes off and then the rest of it just gets messy and then it's like, damn it.
And maybe that's also part of why I started going to, and this is even going back a ways, but I started like V-cutting everything. I eliminated just that slicing off of the whole cap. That way I got, a little bit like kind of deeper into the cigar.
Yeah. I switched to this, not on this one because it was torpedo, but I would call it a shallow V. It's a little different from Zycar. It's not like a real deep V cut and just
Yeah.
barely scratch. And I love this cut. It's been working great.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of these like little things, when you find them, you just don't want to like
Mhm.
deviate from it because it works. It seems to your cigar smokes really well, and the price of these things nowadays, you really can't afford to just be screwing it up.
Well,
Once you,
exactly. There's nothing frustrating than, I mean, you're burning $10 or whatever,
Yeah.
literally. And
yeah,
then it's just like, okay, now I can't even smoke it because it's just unraveling. And I don't know. It happens. I don't know. It's also happened when I've gone to, cheaper cigars too, a little bit. But so I've kind of stayed away from those now and stayed. I don't know. I just like the major brands, to be honest, just like Angostura Leaf and
yeah,
Perdomo. I'm really big into Perdomo right now. And
Yeah.
He has
Olivia.
good stuff.
Yeah, Oliva, La Roma de Cuba, of course,
all the
some,
Perdomo is usually
some of the AJ Fernandez stuff.
It's what all the rich people smoke.
Yeah.
All the Perdomo
Some-
and stuff.
Yeah.
All the
AJ,
a lot of
AJ and
bougie people.
AJ
Mhm.
does good stuff, and so does I like a lot of the My Father stuff too.
Yeah.
The
The New
Don
World
Pepin
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, definitely.
My humidity, I think I've been keeping mine around 68. I'm probably going to drop it to 67
Okay.
because I still have a decent amount of Cuban cigars in my humidor, and all the Cuban cigar nerds will tell you 65.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and likewise, I like my cigars a little, maybe a tad bit on the drier side. So 65, 68 is kind of my sweet
Yeah.
spot for cigars.
I'd say I'm probably more in line with that too. I like it a little bit drier as well. Like I feel like when it starts getting, at least for me in my area, when it starts getting it at 70, and sometimes like
Mhm.
when it's humid, like you'll start to see like in your house, even those humidities will start to kind of creep up a little bit. And once they get like a little bit too wet, man, they like that burn gets all like wonky and like it's,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah. I mean, definitely when I'm outside, which is most of the time, unless I'm at, a cigar lounge, when you're outside, you get any kind of wind, you're going to get that weird burn. So I do touch up quite a bit, but I don't know. I kind of like fiddling with it too.
Yeah. Yeah, Roger corrected me. This is what I was thinking of right here when you
The
said
drone, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh.
thinking. I take
Yeah.
I
I don't
take
think
back,
I've not even
I
had
take it back.
Padron yet.
You're no longer bougie. I take it back. So.
No, Padromo's an everyman cigar.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I told you that. I mean, I sent you the pictures. I got to meet Nick Perdomo, so that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he is just a good dude.
Oh man, yeah. He was I met him for like 3 minutes at the beginning of the night. Talked from real short, and then went around and had a cigar, had 2 cigars, and then just as I'm leaving, I'm like, well, he's right by the door, so I'll just say goodbye.
Yeah.
And not that my name's hard to remember, but it's like he remembers my name. He's like, well, Jay, thanks for coming. I'm like, oh, wow, that's smooth.
All right, Ludwig, I see he's in here. Look, I got a little something. I brought one out. I don't know. Let me make this thing a little bit. Let me get a little bit bigger here. I don't know if you can see it, but I got one that Ludwig when he dropped off. So maybe I'll have that one towards the end of the evening. I was trying to debate on. I have like a lot of Caldwell. I didn't realize I have as many Caldwell as I do.
Yeah, I saw that. I've had those too. I like. There was one that kind of had like it was like a orange band on it with a straight razor on it. I can't remember which one that was, but it just did not hit me right. But all the other ones I've had from Caldwell, what's like what do you get, all the different King ones, are really good.
There's
really
a lot
good.
of them. Yeah, they've always been like just a consistent smoke,
right?
Again,
And
not
price
cheap.
on them great too.
Yeah,
I've never had a Caldwell.
Yeah,
and I haven't had Padron since I've got back into smoking cigars. So maybe I need to buy a couple high-end Padrones.
Yeah, I
there's
never
so
had
many.
Padron.
Like honestly, a lot of this is very much like the whiskey world. There's all these boutique brands that
right.
There's just a million different cigars these days, but to each their own. I mean, it's all subjective in what it is you like and all of that. And oftentimes, I mean, I'll find myself just having a cigar and maybe not even having whiskey, just sitting around having a cigar. Like for no apparent reason. I just sometimes don't even want to battle with like trying to figure everything out or whatever it is, because I think oftentimes when you do this, you start getting into trying to do all this comparison, and sometimes
Right.
it's too damn much, you know.
That's pretty much how I mostly. I mean, it's just something. If I really just like just grabbing a good Connecticut, I mean, I'm happy. Get those nut notes off that with the cedar. Oh, so good.
Yep. Oftentimes I'll have something like that if I'm just like mowing the lawn or whatever it may be, just have a little Robusto or something and a little
Yeah.
Connecticut. Nothing that's going to blow you away or anything like that, but just,
Right.
you know, something like that. So, all right, well, let's see, Lug. Feel free to jump on if you want, bud. So he says, look at these beautiful gentlemen. All right. So being very kind there. So yeah, all right, he's got his, yeah, all right. So here we go. So he's got his humidor set at 65. So that's always an interesting thing. It's just, I've always wondered, you know, I know that 70-70, it was always just a safe rule, you know, but everybody living in so many different places, whether it's humid or dry, all of that affects all of these things. So
yeah. I mean, like I said, I tried 65 for a while. I based off Cigars daily, but I don't know if it's because of my electric humidor, because, you know, that air circulation too.
yeah.
So yeah, I've got my, you know, hydrometer in there telling me it's 70, and, you know, usually it's about 68 in there, but I don't know if it's just that air circulation. One thing I did find out, that when I started taking my when I was ranging my cigars in the humidor, I was putting the ends out and keeping the caps on the, you know, the caps on the inside.
Yeah.
I don't know if that I mean, I don't know. I changed so many things at one time that I'm there's no way I could ever figure out what was the exact thing. But
Are you using an electric one or more of like a desktop, or what
no,
are
it's
you
it's electric one that I have, a big one that I'm not
Okay.
a big one. I mean, it holds like 300,
Okay.
and it's okay. It's a cheap, and but it also hydrates too. You put a tray of water in there too.
Yep. Yep.
And I mean, it's so off. I mean, I actually have it set at like 62 to get 70. I think the lowest I can get it is like maybe 66, 67 if I put it all the way down. I mean, for the true temperature or true humidity, it's kind of funny. It's so far off, and there's no way to calibrate that, but whatever.
Yeah.
It works. It works. I mean, I got it so cheap. I mean, cheap compared to, you know, I think I spent maybe $250 on this thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was on, you know, it was a prime deal too. So whatever.
Well, and I always try to keep, like, you know, I know sometimes these other ones now, like some of the, I don't even want to say better ones, but a lot of them now have started including temperature and humidity, and they've been pretty good. But I always keep a hygrometer at the top and the bottom, just to kind of
me too.
You know, just to see what it is. And oftentimes, you know, you'll notice it a little bit higher at the top. So that's why a lot of times I just end up rotating them a little bit, just to, you know, you know, whatever. So,
but I keep some cigars in that one desktop humidor that I got from you.
Yeah.
And you know, just so I don't have to open the door all the time. And then I just keep this upstairs all the time. I just load it up, and there's 69 Bovedas in there, and I don't know, it works perfect. I don't know. I just, you know,
that's the thing. Oftentimes with, like, you know, one of those, you know, kind of hard case ones, you know, a couple of Boveda packs, you're kind of good to go. It's like, you don't have to overthink this whole thing.
No, I mean, I do throw a couple like cedar sheets in there. I don't know if that does anything, but
well, I would say the main thing is just don't get too high humidity. Then you run into, you know, beetles and all that kind of nasty stuff, or mold, even worse. So I was guilty of it about a year ago. I kind of let one go for a while, and this must have been last summer, of course. And I went back to it, and it was like 80% humidity. I was like, fuck, when I looked at that thing, I'm like, I just knew I was gonna have a problem, and I did. I probably had about 20 or 30 that I had to pitch and then clean the thing out. And
that's awful.
Yeah, it was kind of nasty, but, you know, live and learn. So, but
no, I do like, I mean, like I said, I just like is I can keep a whole bunch in it. I mean, because I started getting where I was like getting, you know, I just had all these little, you know, cases like this, or Tupperware, you know, doing the Tupperware, and it just like they're all over the place. And so it's nice to just have them all in, or the vast majority in that electric humidor.
Yep.
And it's not too noisy. You can hear the fan, but it's kind of a white noise. You kind of get used to it. So
yeah, big fat rookie. It was a rookie move. I knew when I went in there, I saw both levels. My hygrometers were reading 80% top and bottom, Actually, the bottom one was 81 and the top was 81 and the bottom was 80. I knew I was in big trouble because it had been a while since I'd even looked at that. Yeah, that was a definite rookie move.
And then I switched to those to the Gobies hydrometers, and I like those because you can calibrate them. So I was putting them in. I know I had a few 70. I don't know why I had them, but I had some 75 Boveda packs, and I just put the hydrometers in there for like a day or two.
Yeah,
and then once it was close, it was maybe off by 1% from the factory. And I don't know. Now I have because when I was taking like the real cheap ones, they're maybe like a couple bucks a piece. Those are off by like 3 or 4%. So
yeah, and that can be a big difference. I mean, that's not the end of the world. I mean, as long as it's not on the high end, like if it's bad, like one.
Well, as long as you know what the plus or minus is,
correct.
Then it's not a big deal. Because that's what like on that desktop one, I just put one of those cheap ones in there, and it always says 72, but I know it's 69. I know that thing is reads 3% high because I put it in there with the I tested it, and so.
Yeah.
I will be back in just a second. This cigar, it's not tasting great. I'm gonna grab a different one real quick. I'll be back.
What was that again?
The V Milanio Maduro.
Oh, really? Oh, the Figaros. Those Figaros can be odd sometimes.
Yeah, this is. I think next time I may try doing a V cut on this because I know it's not drawing great. It's tasting real ashy. Just not very good. So I'm gonna grab something different. I'll be right back.
There you go. Cool. Sounds good.
There's the warning.
That's the warning. All right. Thanks for the warning. Sorry. So here's a big one. So generally everybody has one or two, but like pet peeves, like in the cigar world of like what people do, or if you see some, little nitpicky things or whatever. But do you have any pet peeves, Jay? Do you have any pet peeves of either things you avoid doing, or like when you see people do it, you're like,
I mean, I guess when I go to the cigar lounge, I bring my own cutter and stuff like that because I'm, I don't want to use, because you get the, because then I don't care if I have to recut, whatever. I don't care about recutting my own cigars with my slobber on them, but that's my biggest fear. So,
yeah, it's that can definitely be one.
I don't know. When I first, because I've only been doing it. Well, I've been smoking maybe 6 months now consistently, but I've been doing it for a little while, but I went so far. I was watching so many YouTube videos about etiquette and all this stuff like that. So I'm like, I probably overdo it,
Well, it's probably safe to be like that. I would say this, like if you're going to like a brick and mortar, I've been to like a lot of them where you see guys roll in, and they'll have their cases or whatever it is.
Right.
And then just not like buy like anything. Like
I don't even bring,
at least buy a cigar, right? Just buy
I don't. Yeah, if I go to a lounge, I'm not bringing cigars. I'm just bringing my own. Well, the place I go to, you can bring your own booze, so that's cool. And so I bring my own my own whiskey, and I'll share that. That's what I love doing is you go there and all these people aren't necessarily whiskey nerds, and hey, give this a try, and they're like, damn, like they kind of open their eyes on that. So that's been fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I'll just, whatever. I mean, so it's going to cost me what, $20-$30 for the night. Big deal.
Yeah. I would agree. Yeah. That and like sharing cigars. I have seen people ask people if they want to like try. I'm like, oh man, there's just like, if I was going to do that, I would just give you that same cigar. Like I am not giving somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, if
cigar.
It's like when Krista, she'll smoke occasional cigar, but I've got to do all the stuff for her. So I don't care about that, or she want, can I have a puff of yours? Cause that's my wife. So I don't care about that, but I'm not, I'm like, share my cigar.
And I've seen it at like lounges. And again, maybe with people who are a little bit more inexperienced and not totally aware of like what's going on. But man, it's a little, when you got like some slobber on the end of that thing.
I mean, you're going to have, there's no way you're not going to slobber on your cigar. I mean, come on.
You're not.
Yeah.
All right, Girth, you got any pet peeves?
was trying to think when I was in there getting another smoke. Um, People that ash their cigar, they snub it out. I mean, that's annoying, but you don't really
Yeah.
see that a lot anymore.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't say that I have a lot of cigar pet peeves. I mean, I go to the cigar lounge in town. Nobody annoys me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's
I
kind of the
probably annoy
whiskey.
them,
I
but
think the whiskey community kind of set me up for that, because we're not, the vast majority of us aren't snobs,
Yeah.
So,
I would agree. Yeah. As long as you're not like, putting the thing out on the ground and stepping on it like it's a
yeah,
cigarette. Like I feel like, just kind of
you're
let the thing.
enjoying it. Yeah.
Exactly. Just let the thing die in peace. You smoked it, just kind of not stuff it all out. Because I mean, in all honesty, it can get like a little nasty smelling if you do that.
Or, I'm like, oh, I really like the cigar, but I don't say this is the best cigar ever. It's like, no, I like the cigar a lot, instead of like, because, just like anything else, with whiskey being, people like different whiskeys, but it's like, I don't try to,
Mm.
push what I like. I mean, I'll say what I like, but I don't try to push it.
Well, I think that's a fair
Mm.
point. I mean, I think oftentimes like we all do with with whiskeys, you try to like maybe recommend something that you feel is like I think like with cigars, I'll say this, like when you're recommending something, just an easy medium bodied cigar, like you don't know that person, so you
Right.
can't really go both ways. But yeah, I think like what I'm smoking right now, I think an awful lot of people, this
Yeah.
Oliva Series V, like would be,
Probably, I mean, that's what it pretty much
know.
started on. So it doesn't surprise me that's that's that way you're coming at it about. I mean, that's probably why I mean, I guess because I'm still new to it, I guess I just kind of gravitate to the mass appeal cigars,
Yeah. 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 And that's fine too. And that's probably how I kind of got into, I'll say a little bit of the Aganorsa, a little bit of the Caldwell, was then trying to get away from some of the, like just kind of standard things to see what some of these other guys were blending. That was kind of the interesting thing. So, it can be kind of like, if you think about it from the standpoint of like craft whiskeys and kind of experiencing that, it can be the same exact thing with cigars. So
yeah,
Agnorsa is good. I've
yeah,
really fallen in love with that brand. I have a couple in my humidor. Considered smoking one, but I may save that for a little nicer day.
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I've got a couple out here with me, but
I have I have the Connecticut Anniversary. I have the Rare Leaf, which I really like.
Yep.
Yes,
And
I have the
then
Rare Leaf.
and what is it, the Valdicion or whatever? I mean, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I've had a couple of those ones. I've had the Connecticut and was it the Kojo? I can't remember, but those have been pretty good too. And those are on the less expensive end too for those.
I mean, they have a lot of their tobacco that they sell to a lot of people, just like a couple of the other big brands do as well. But there's something about like Aganorsa with things that have like their bands on them. Like they seem to keep the best tobacco like for themselves in my opinion.
Yeah.
But again, to each their own. It's all subjective in what it is you like about a particular cigar. But yeah, I would say again, this Oliva Series V, Maduro is just kind of like a. Now, I'll say this, like when you were saying, and maybe this thing was 12 or 14 bucks. I probably didn't even buy this. I'm sure somebody.
Well, when I say that, I'm saying retail. I've been getting a lot of my stuff through Cigar Page, and I'm not paying that. I'm probably paying 6 or 7 for that cigar.
Yeah, like if you go to a lounge, you're probably paying obviously a little bit more of a premium, but you understand what you're doing with that, So
Oh, exactly.
But yeah, I would say for a $12 or $14 cigar, I'd probably want a little more than this from a $12 or $14 cigar.
No, for what exactly. For what I'm paying for it, it's perfect. It's another brand. Arturo Fuente, I like a lot too.
Yep.
I don't think I've had one of theirs that I haven't liked.
Yeah.
And I think that has a little bit more complexity, those Arturo.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here's another little kind of hot topic. This is always an interesting one, but I don't know if you've had any or many, or if you guys in the chat, I'm always interested to know your thoughts on, Cuban cigars. Like I know Cubans for us here in the States is, there's probably a little more of a premium on it because, you know, you can't just, generally speaking, go to your local, you know, B&M and just buy one from there. But for people who have had them, you know, what, and Jay and Girth and whatever, you know, your guys' thoughts on, you know, Cubans, you know, overall smoking wise and or with a whiskey or coffee.
I've never had one, so I don't know. I mean, I've had Cuban seed cigars, of course, but I haven't had actual authentic Cubans. I mean, the only thing I've ever heard about them is obviously they're expensive and that they can run a lot of consistency issues. But that's otherwise everybody loves them.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just a forbidden fruit thing. I don't know.
I think a lot of it becomes that, and I think, you know, just like I don't know, somebody said. Yeah, Tom said right here, you know, you can get some good ones, you can get some bad ones. I mean, it's a very, I'll say this, it seems to be a very, very inconsistent thing. Whether or not we even get oftentimes a real Cuban, that's another story. You know, so you have to trust your source from that standpoint as well.
Because I mean, obviously they try to sell you those in Dominican, and like you guys, there's the same brand there. I mean, Cohiba's in, you know, there's Dominican Cohiba, and then there's so I mean, it's like, but they're trying to, you know, they're trying to bullcrap you and saying that that's an actual Cuban. I'm like, I have no way of authenticating that, and
it's not like if you're buying a cigar on a beach and someone's telling you that it's a Cuban.
That I 100%. I was like, nah. I bet that was a nice thing because that's what you can do in the Dominican is they allow you to bring in up to 25 of your own cigars. So you can bring your own cigars, which I did when we went there for, you know, in April, and that was, you know, that worked out perfect. I mean,
Yep. I mean, even if you go there, like if you're in the Dominican or Mexico and you maybe go to a local, like maybe even brick and mortar, or if they, like you said, they bring them to the resort. You know, again, I'm always just a little bit leery of those. And again, they're always expensive, no matter, you know, if you're there, they're always expensive. So I'm always a little leery to pay that kind of price for something I don't know. But
it's just like, I mean, like, you know, the prices of whiskey. I mean, that's the thing. It's, you know, the game that we've been doing that for so long. You just know it. And so then you start learning the prices of what cigars really are. And then when you see that, even if it's just a regular Dominican, you know, cigar, and they're, you know, they're trying to sell that for 15 and retail here's 8. I'm like, okay, come on, you know, or even more, to be honest.
Scott, what would you like to know about Cuban? Sorry, I was away for a second.
What would I like to know? Oh no, I was just asking like people's opinions on a Cuban, whether you like them, you know, what, and if you do or don't, you know, do you like them with something or, you know, not with it? Like, I know you've got a lot of them. So what are your overall thoughts on Cubans?
I'd sold a lot of my Cubans. The boxes that I had bought to age. See, what I am in bourbon, I was not with Cuban cigars. I sat on this stuff to let them age, keep them, blah, blah, blah. Got out of it. Now I just have a tray full of singles in a box that's most of the way full. It's an H. Upman edition limitada from early 2020s or maybe 2018. But Cubans are good, and you'll hear this when Cuba's on, Cuba is on. But when they're off, they fucking suck.
Yeah,
People will tell you too
they
they're
can be
good with
bad.
age. You know, a lot of people say Cuban cigars need 3, 4, 5 years age on them. Fuck, who has time for that? You know, I mean, and I've had some fairly fresh Cuban cigars that were really good. I've had some that they needed to rest. They don't use aged tobacco like, you know, Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, because I think they're purveyors of cigars around the world, whereas the other one's more
all those
American market.
cigars, all those cigars are puros, which is fine, which is great. I like, you know, get a good puro, but you know, that's what I kind of, where I was like, I didn't really care so much about the Cubans, or I wasn't like, I'm not obsessed about getting one, or I mean, I would love to try one day, but I don't really care because it's like we're getting the blends and the varieties that you would just, you know, they're just doing so many things that are just like with like, you know, why we like, you know, master blenders in whiskey. It's like you get, they're just doing things with, you know, you got a Dominican filler with a Connecticut binder. I mean, it's just like, I mean, it's just crazy stuff that they're putting together, and you just know you're not going to have that. I just think you're not going to have that variety of flavors that you would, you know, I mean, with the Cubans, you know.
I would say that's probably. I
And
would say
honestly,
that's a
you
very
don't.
safe bet. That's a very safe assumption. Is oftentimes a Cuban is kind of the same almost all the way through. Like, I mean, I've had some really good ones, and I've had mostly not so good ones. Like, I've had way more not so good ones versus good ones. But yeah, they oftentimes kind of smoke a lot like a Dominican. Like, it can be very kind of soft, one dimensional, not a lot going on. But like when Girth said before, we're getting with a lot of these other brands here that we can get here in the States, they already have aged tobaccos blended. So you don't have to go through that whole aging process for a lot of things. Maybe get them acclimated, and then, for a week or 2 weeks, whatever it may be, maybe, but you're getting already great, ready to smoke cigars. Or
you're getting Cuban seed cigars already. You're already, you're getting, I mean, in similar climates. So I don't know. And in my mind, when I was getting into this, I was kind of looking at what all the Cubans, especially like Cohiba or something like that. I was like, it just kind of reminded me of Blanton's, it's like when you first got into whiskey, you're like, oh, do you have Blanton's? Do you have Blanton's? I got to have Blanton's.
Yeah.
And then when you finally have it, it's good, but I just have that feeling it's going to be good, but it's not going to blow my mind away. I could be, obviously I don't have an experience. I could be totally wrong, but
yeah. Well,
no, you're absolutely right. And to Randall's point here, an Opus X to me has probably the most Cuban flavor of any New World cigar.
I would agree. I would agree 100%. And that probably is the boldest Cuban cigar, the most full-bodied, well kind of balanced cigar. But again, you're paying a major premium if you can even get it for that cigar. You know?
Well,
so that is not a
for Cohiba.
Correct.
Oh,
yeah.
you ought to see the prices now on them. A box of Cohiba Robusto that I paid for I Havanas, which they no longer ship to the U.S. and neither does Cigars of Habanos or any of the other ones.
Yeah. Can I guess what you paid?
Yeah.
A box
a few years ago. Yep. 25 sliding an SLB box of Cohiba Robusto. I probably got these. I think it was before my daughter was born. So let's just say 8 years ago. 8 years ago.
Okay, 8 years ago. All right.
$250, $300. I don't know.
More than that.
About 3 or 4.
Yeah. All right. I was gonna say $500, but I bet it's even. It might even be close to. You might even add another couple $100 to that, if not more now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at over 1,000 now for a box of Cohiba.
Yeah.
It's freaking stupid, guys. It's stupid.
Yeah. And I'm not going to buy $1,000 whiskey. I mean,
nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see how the middle of this cigar, the second third of this, tastes with a 138.7 Buffalo Turkey. Let's see.
Oh, that's going to be good. I kind of like a stronger whiskey when I'm smoking.
All right. Let's see what.
Cigars still overpower the whiskey for me. So I just have a select few whiskeys I'll drink with the cigar. If I'm smoking, it's because I want to smoke a cigar. You know?
I do enjoy doing both, though. It just slows everything down. I'll talk about that. If you really want to slow your drinking down, smoke with the cigar. With a whiskey.
Yeah.
Yep. Well,
I'll be right back. Hold on just a second.
Sure. I wish that kind of applied to me, but it doesn't seem. I seem to drink whiskey faster when I'm smoking. I don't know why. I think because I'm always wanting to know what each part of the cigar is going to be with that whiskey. So then you find yourself drinking this stuff a little bit too much. But if I'm just chilling, if I'm just hanging out with a couple guys or whatever, that probably gets slowed down. But if I'm doing it on my own, I probably drink more than I should be. But all right, Tom, you lost me on this one.
I do that regardless.
Yeah. Tom was saying all the right things until right there. So I mean, again, to each their own. I know there's a lot of people that have cigars and scotch. It's
that's something I haven't done even with my scotches yet. I haven't done that. I'm gonna have to try that. I haven't done any of my scotches with the cigar yet. Interesting. I don't know why, but I haven't. I mean, American single malts, but
yeah. All right, let's get this. Oh man, God, that is like such an amazing whiskey. These, I know people were like kind of, not wanting to pay $300 for these, but man, I knew with those things not being around like that much longer, they were going to go away. I think a lot of people would regret not having something like that around, just something different. Like I know it's 15 or 6, actually ours was 16 years, but
I was definitely pushing the FOMO on that one. I was like, yeah. Because I mean, Krista would kill me if I. She would like, I was like, no, I can't do it.
That's what you need.
Can't do it.
That's where you need that other credit card, just that other little small one that you kind of keep stuffed away in the back of your wallet. You don't use too often,
especially when like every other week I'm getting a box with some cigars in it. So it's like, okay, you're already spending money here. Now you're going to spend more money there. It's like, okay,
I hear you.
Yeah.
The Sugar Lips was a good one. I didn't bring that one up with me, but I went with the higher proof one, but we'll see what get a little bit of this on the palate and see how this is.
Oh, I love me some buff turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hoping someone brings some of that to the Blitz. I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, there will be. You can count on some of those being there, and I'll bring some things too. So
yeah,
Sugar Lips is good.
Mm-hmm. Sugar Lips was a good one. It got slept on. It got slept on a little bit because of the proof compared to the other one. Everybody wanted the other, but man, you still couldn't discredit what that other one was on its own. So
how do you think it compares to the Seal Box 15, Scott? I know we texted earlier about that, but I've not had it yet.
Well, give me a couple more minutes. I might maybe I'll bust out if Ludwig's still here. Maybe I'll the cigar he gave me last time I saw him was the Ton. So I might bust that one out in a little bit and see what that one's like. So I feel
might be a solidarity night.
No, I'll pump the brakes a little bit, introduce myself to a little more water. So all right, Ludwig is still here. Why? How come he's not in here? Like he's got his own stuff, so he should be in here, like pumping these things on building this brand a little bit. But
who is
he thought they were underwhelming. Really? All right, Ludwig. Shots fired.
Ooh,
underwhelming. All right.
What does Ludwig do again?
But
you said
he's on his way home from work. All right.
What did you say he was over? He was over something.
What do you mean over what?
I thought you said he owned something. We were talking about something.
So Bobby, I believe now, Ludwig, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Bobby owns the brand, and I know Ludwig, and maybe he's part owner of the whole thing too. But they've got their own like label or brand. And last time I saw him, he gave me like 5 or 6 of those. And I had one of the other ones. It was one of the, I know, Ludwig, you can tell me which one it was. It was probably more of like a Toro size. I thought about bringing that up, but I didn't want as big a cigar. I was hoping I'd be able to get like another one in. But that was absolutely fantastic cigar. I loved how like bold and spicy that it was. So now I'll say this, like for me, this cigar is not like a great pairing cigar. It feels like a cigar to just have on its own.
I can see that for sure.
It is just, like this is underwhelming to me. Like there's just something that's very, it's just very like, I don't know, middle of the road. It's just medium.
Yeah, no, like it's a populist cigar. You know what I mean? It's like they're making this for everyone kind of cigar.
Yeah. And again, like at that, like if you were somewhere and this cigar was $12 or $14, man, I'd be a little bit disappointed if I pulled this thing thinking I was going to get something a little bit more from it.
Yeah.
But again, to each their own. Maybe somebody else pulling this wants this. If that's $12 or $14 or 15 or whatever it may be, maybe they're cool with that. Let's see.
I can tell you right now, this Oliva O Maduro blows the socks off of that V Milano Maduro.
Oh yeah, that the Maduro O's are great too. The regular ones are good too, but yeah,
Full body.
O's are solid, big time solid.
They're powerhouses and they're cheap. I think I got
Yeah, no,
30
that's
of them for $100 on Cigar Page.
oh yeah, no, the those Maduro O's are great.
I love it, love it, love it.
But the well, you had what did you have? The Milano Maduro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I for some reason, I mean, I like those a lot. Those are one of my favorites. But I found out that in the Robusto size, it's really really good. I thought that's what
That's
I'm
what
really.
I had.
It's like a real chocolate bomb, but I don't know. It also depends on what you've eaten and all this other stuff like that. But if I have a pretty clean palate, it's just like, I mean, that's all I get is like this just wonderful cocoa.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice. I mean, this is just a nice cigar. Like you don't have to think about this. This is just,
Yeah,
whatever it is. It is what it is. So.
yeah. When you showed that, I was like, oh, that's the only one I had that was out of those pictures you sent me. I'm like, that's why I said that. So
Well,
I hope that wasn't the reason you picked it, but
that was kind of why I did pick it. I figured if anybody or a lot of people were going to have, if anybody was going to have like one of the cigars that I had, it was probably going to be Oliva something.
Yeah.
You can kind of mix and match a little bit with those things. So, but yeah, I for sure wouldn't want to pair that with 138 proof buff turkey. I can tell you that. So,
Buff turkey.
all right, I'll pull out something new now. Ugh.
maybe you should. I'm losing. All right, I was a little pause there for a second.
What was
Yours,
that?
maybe you should crack yours.
Who, me? Crack what?
Hopefully, I'm not.
Who was saying my name?
I was saying maybe you should crack your buff turkey.
Oh, I cracked that son of a bitch open the day I got it. The Sugar Lips.
What cigar did you end up going with, by the way?
Do what you were cutting out, brother.
What cigar did you end up going with?
Me, I went back. I just went to the Oliva O. No, but I opened my buff turkey as soon as I got it. I won't be able to taste it with the cigar. I'm not going to waste a good pour of that on with a cigar.
All right, so for when you're doing this, you really just are doing it for more of the having a whiskey and a cigar, not worrying about like trying to do any kind of pairing or anything like that. Just an enjoyment standpoint.
I have an Old Hamer Double Oak pick, MGP 99 corn as a bourbon. That pairs well with a cigar to me. And to be honest, $20 benchmark full proof goes well with a cigar to me. So
can't go wrong with that either.
All right, since we're good talking Angostura Leaf, I'll go with the Anniversary Connecticut.
Oh, I've got one too. What do you have? Number?
It's the Anniversary Connecticut or Anniversary O.
Yeah, I've got the same one.
Yeah, no, I think yours was yours looked darker.
I have the Maduro one.
Yeah, it's the Connecticut. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Connecticut. Yeah, I kind of generally stay away from a lot of the Connecticut's for whatever reason. It's just for me that's a little bit more of just kind of an everyday.
Yeah.
Like, almost like I get it. Like I get why people.
Oh, it is. It's more of a beginner cigar. I totally get that.
But they also have their place. So.
I'll tell you what, for a Connecticut, it's hard. I know they're expensive, but it's hard to beat Diamond Crown. I had some aged ones. Damn, those were good Connecticut's.
Boy, this is starting to get a little bit in that kind of final third. It's starting to get a little bit more on that harsh ashy kind of side of things. So cutting out a lot.
No. Oh, maybe I don't know. It's fine with my end.
It looked like it was better. Am I cutting out a lot to you guys?
I don't know. Got to put my glasses on if I'm going to see.
Yeah, you've cut out a little here and there, but I may be too.
Oh, I don't know.
So.
You look fine now. 'Cause I don't know. I don't know. Got to put my glasses on if I'm going to see. Yeah, you've cut out a little here and there, but you look fine now.
Yeah, you've cut out a little here and there, but I may be too.
Oh, I don't know. But.
So.
I don't know. I
or did you just freeze up? And I just, yep.
For some
You
reason
broke.
I got. Oh yeah, there. Oh. Yeah, it looks like I can see like sometimes my signal it gets a little bit. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Is
getting
the
a
wife
little
watching
like,
The Bachelor? Is that what's going on right now?
no,
Picking
it's
up your
not.
internet?
No, I don't think I turned all my other Wi-Fi and stuff. I turned all that other stuff off. Hope I don't know if the wife's even home or not right now, but yeah, she got to stop running all that. Yeah, Ethan's busting my balls right now via text. So
Oh, Ethan needs to come on. He was.
I know. Why is he texting me? He should just be on here busting my balls like in person or whatever. So
It's what we're doing.
yeah. Well, I can see sometimes my my internet. I'm not even that far from the thing, but our internet sucks out here. So I should get like one of those freaking Starlinks is what I should get. So
I'm one window away from my internet connection, so
oh yeah,
probably why
well
it's coming in decent.
obviously I couldn't hardwire anything. I don't even have any cable that would reach where that thing is, but I don't know, looks kind of okay. Well, hopefully we can get through it a little bit. I was just trying to get through the evening before it got too dark. I know last time JG was like in the dark or whatever. We got probably what, I don't know, maybe another 45 minutes before it's dark or so, roughly.
Yeah.
I don't know, 9:15, probably almost about an hour, maybe.
Hour, yeah. I'll let her ride until I look like I'm in Blair Witch Project.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, where are you out of?
Basically Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, okay. Okay. We almost got the triangle going here. Indiana, Iowa, Wisconsin.
Yeah. We got Illinois surrounded.
We do. We do.
All right. I'm trying to figure out what I want to have next. So, all right, I'm done with that one. I was done with that one an hour ago, actually. What do I want? I think I'm gonna go with the Caldwell. I think I'm gonna go with the Blind Man's Bluff.
Yeah, I like their bands are cool.
Yeah, it's Maduro.
Yeah,
I like the Maduro wrappers. There's something about it. Just this will probably be another. Boy, that's a smooth wrapper right there. You know, and again, that's another thing. You get that quality of a really nice wrapper with a lot of flavor, and it can be an absolute magic. That's for sure. All right, let's see here. All right. Is there a brand that I guess you guys, Jay and Girth and everybody in the chat, is there a brand you kind of, I don't know, gravitate towards? Is there something you feel that, man, this is maybe my favorite cigar? So
I don't know. I've been going Perdomo crazy. Those new the new Legacy from them, I really enjoyed. But I don't know. I've been going Perdomo crazy. I've been buying almost everything Perdomo. So that's where I'm at lately. I don't know. Maybe it's just meeting the guy, but who knows? I just
they have a lot of options for you.
Yeah, the construction's on is always great. I don't think I've never tossed one or had one that went bad. You know.
Yeah. Well, I've never done it, and I want to do it at some point, but do like a nice, go somewhere, do a nice factory tour, just kind of get into that whole thing. I know a lot of times they do like those, I don't know what they call them, like barn smokes or something like that. Am I saying it right?
Drew Estate, the barn smoker events from Drew Estate.
Yeah. Now I'll say Drew Estate, like those factory smokes that they have, those are good little cigars.
Yeah.
Good little everyday ones, cheap.
Yeah, those are solid for sure.
Yeah. For a couple bucks, $2 or $3, you get them like in bulk. They're good. And if you don't want it, pitch the thing and find something else,
It's Indonesian tobacco. And I will say the one I had, the draw, the burn it was near perfect. I mean, it's a little milder than what I like, but like you said, for $3, damn, you can't beat it.
No, that's the thing. And like if it's shitty or something and you just don't like it,
I've been real big into the AJ Fernandez New Worlds. I had the Puro
Yeah.
Special, and I had the Dorado. Both of those
Yeah,
were
the
good.
Dorado's great.
I
Um,
still to this day love the Flor de los Antilles, the
yeah. Oh,
natural.
yeah.
Oh my
I had
gosh, it's
that
so
was
good.
the one I almost pulled that one. I have that one. That was the one I was about to smoke. It's just that was a Gordo, so I was like, I don't know if I want to go. But that's
The
also
La
I found out that I also like the bigger ring gauges because I don't know. You think it'd be the opposite, that it'd be a heavier smoke, but I feel like I get a lighter smoke on those.
Well,
I
that's the
think
thing. Like
overall they are.
that's the thing when you start getting into like a Lancero or something like that. My God, I mean you better have some food or something in your stomach because when you get
Yeah.
into those things, man, oh man, they can be monster smokes. I thought about having one tonight, but I just didn't grab one. Plus, they can take a while to smoke too. So
And you have to nurse them a lot more, or they'll go out.
correct.
Lanceros, they're a finicky little
I
dude, but
I do
again, they're
I don't know
good.
about you guys, but I do have a tendency to smoke the cigar maybe a little faster than
Oh,
I should.
I totally smoke fast. Yeah.
It in fear of like it going out and then having to like get into like nasty your cigar tasting nasty through like relights and trying to get rid of the
Yeah.
ash and all that. So I end up with the damn thing like torpedoing sometimes because I smoke it too fast. But
Yeah. I mean, I get that more from like the outside when you get any type of little wind. That's when I'll get a little bit of the canoeing and stuff like that. But again, I don't mind touching it up. I just have a single flame lighter that it's just like
yeah.
easy, so easy to control that you can just put it exactly where you want it.
Oh man, that Caldwell, man, that is just blind man's bluff. That is just night and day and like right in my wheelhouse for a cigar that
Yeah.
um
I'll have to get some more of those. I keep on passing up that I had bought a sample pack of those, and I said, like I said, it was just the one that had that straight razor blade. It was kind of an orange band on it, or I don't know. It was like I don't know. It was awful. For me, it
yeah.
was awful. That was the only one. The other ones I had, or even like that. What was the other one that you had? That was the I don't know. It has an older guy on it. It's their
The
I
the
can't.
king? The
Yeah,
king?
Long
maybe.
live the king.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the one that's it doesn't have the weird crown or any of that kind of stuff like that. It just looks like
That
almost looks
was
like a Shakespeare guy on it with a beard.
Yeah.
that's just the Die Young.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
those are easy.
Yeah, that's a nice little smoke. So
Now, Lanceros, probably the best Lancero I've ever had, and I've only had one of them, was a Cuban Trinidad Fundadoras. That was
oh
a damn good Lancero. And
mm,
I think EJ, he was talking about Cubans. I believe he mentioned Trinidad's. An aged Cuban Trinidad's hard to freaking beat. I will
oh yeah,
give him that.
that's not a brand I smoke very often. That's the Trinidad is the I don't know, is the brand Jamaican? I know it like Trinidad, but
Nope. Nope. The brand is Cuban, just like Monte Cristo,
oh it
Romeo and
is.
Juliet, and all them.
Okay.
They just they ended up having non-Cuban versions. And I hate to sound pretentious. I don't get into the General Cigar or Altada cigars. I just,
Yeah.
if I want a Monte Cristo, I'll smoke a Cuban one. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Do
plenty
you
of other good cigars out there.
do you have a favorite kind of like size or particular size that you like?
For Cuban or cigars in general.
I guess just in general. Just in general.
I I'm a big Robusto guy. I like a
Okay.
Toro,
Yep.
a good torpedo
Yeah.
size, cigar. Churchills and bigger. To me, you're just that's a commitment. That's a commitment.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like to enjoy my cigar for about an hour and be done for a few
I'll
days.
I'll say this about a Churchill. Like I feel like you have to have like a certain look to have a Churchill. Like I feel like you gotta be like a I don't know, like a big like manly man or something,
Oh,
like a Girth could get away with it, like
oh
Ethan. Like
yeah.
I
What
feel
do
like
I
you
have?
gotta
I
be a
have
big guy.
La Roma de Cuba is the El Jefes.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
That's like a 60 by 7.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah,
huge.
like,
But I do. It's something about it. Just like you just feel
yeah,
like you're like, okay, I'm really smoking a cigar
yeah.
here.
Because I feel
Yeah.
like when you have that cigar, like and you're not a like a kind of like I'll say like a big like burly guy. I feel like it's like the equivalent of having like a truck with like truck nuts. It's
Yeah.
like there's a little bit of a compensation or something going
Yeah.
on here, kind of.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
My
So,
lounge, they have
yeah.
they have the Angostura, how do you pronounce it? The JFR Lunatic,
Oh,
the
Jesus.
one that's like
Fantastic. I
10
That's a,
inches
I think that's
long.
a 70 by 7, isn't it? Or something like that.
This one's 10 by 100.
Oh,
oh my,
Jesus.
yeah, that's ridiculous. Like that's crazy. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
the JF. I think I had a JFR 5. I think it was JFR 5 the other night. Great cigar. I thought about having that tonight, but it's a pretty good size cigar. You know. That
Have
was
you tried any of the Guardian of the Farm?
I
I'm
have.
not.
Yeah, I have. It's a good, really nice cigar, actually. Yeah.
Oh, Dunbarton. That's been really good.
Sober Mesa.
Yeah,
Sober
another
Mesa.
brand I haven't had a lot
Yeah,
of.
I can't pronounce their names of their cigars, but yeah, I have some of those, and man, they're just good. I do want to try the red meat though. That looks like something I'd like.
Randall, I think like acid always seems to be like the cigar when you ask somebody is like, hey, have you ever had a cigar? And then they say acid, it usually means that they've like really never had many cigars, and that was kind of like what someone recommended. And I think that's a very good
Yeah.
I don't want to say that's like the what am I thinking of from Jim Beam? What's the real expensive like 80 proof stuff?
Sorry, jet flying over.
Oh,
Basil Hayden's.
yes, yeah. I feel like acid is kind of like the Basil Hayden of cigars from that standpoint. It's like the introductory to just getting into a little
I don't know.
stuff.
I never got into the infused or the. I mean, one time I bought some Florida Olivier's and I didn't know it was sweet tipped, and it's just like it's awful. It's just like that saccharine taste is just hideous to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Deadwoods are the big one around my area. The Deadwood from Drew Estate. They're I guess they're sweet tip, not infused. They smell really good. But
They did.
But what is it with the Deadwoods? You always see some like Harley biker dude with the Deadwood.
Yeah. I mean, the aroma's pleasing. I mean, they're just I like a stronger cigar.
Yeah.
That's just me. But hey, whatever you like, smoke what you like, drink what you like. You know?
Dunbarton has Dunbarton has one that I think it's their still something that they put in their filler is pipe tobacco. I'd be kind of interested in trying that.
I want to try the Maestra de Saka or whatever it is, their big one.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that's good.
Steve Saka on some crazy ones.
Oh yeah. I said I believe he's over Dunbarton, correct?
Yeah, that's the brand. Yeah.
Because he used to be over Liga Privada for Drew Estate back in the day.
Correct.
I love those. I love Liga Privada.
Yeah, they can, and man, there's so many good ones that are out there nowadays. It's like I feel like honestly, you can almost go in and like spin around in a brick and mortar like Humidor and just pick a good cigar nowadays. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I got it. I got to know something about it because I've bought a few on speculation, and it's like I don't know, just so bad. You get like I don't know. I guess some people gotta like it, but to me, it's like you almost get like a manure taste. Like if you're smoking it, I don't know how else to explain it.
Now that's a good one because there are some people that love that like barnyard tobacco. You know,
I don't know. I'm just like those are the ones that I won't throw anything away, so I'll just those are just sitting in a Tupperware, just with some, see if they'll age out a little bit with some.
So what about retrohale? What are your thoughts on retrohale?
I don't know if I've ever tried retrohale.
No better time than right now. Yeah, you might throw up on yourself, but
yeah, I mean I tried to do it, but I don't know. For some reason, I don't know if I can quite get it.
Can't connect. You almost like I've always done it. Like you almost have to feel like you're swallowing the smoke and then blow it through your nose.
Yeah, that's
the only way I can do it.
I've busted my nose so many times. That's part of the problem.
That could make it a bit of a problem. All right, let's see what I can get with this one. All right, what about this? I'm gonna try this. This is probably more along the lines of like a what we would consider like a Girth knows a little bit about the flux capacitor 2. The our backbone pick that we did, which was the flux capacitor 2. This is the one that's like in a lot of finishes. So Girth may remember what this one was, but I never can remember exactly what the finishes were on this.
I wonder if that'd be good. But you know what? I may go. It's port, rum, amaro, sherry, maybe. I don't know.
I think
the kitchen sink.
I thought it was 4. I thought it was 4 different ones, but I feel.
Have you guys ever tried any like the traditional like cognac or armagnac with a cigar? Have you guys ever tried that?
Yeah, man, you get some like great, like I've got one downstairs, a cognac that is like absolutely amazing. And again, for me, it's still like a super underrated spirit. Like it's maybe like here in the States or with all of us, I know we all talk whiskey all the time, but man, a good cognac, Armagnac can be a little bit more earthy, I think, for people where it's a little bit more, I don't know, less appealing to people, in my opinion. Whether that's the case, I don't know, but
I'm gonna go grab another drink. You know what, Scott? I may join you on the flux capacitor.
There you go, grab it. I'll be interested to hear what you think of it with a cigar.
What's the one you guys still have out there? It's not. You still have, I think, over on Keg and Bottle. I think you got not. It's not that. It's the. I know it is. It's the Maverick and not the Maverick. Or maybe you still have those two out there from.
The Woodinville.
Yeah, Woodinville. I think those are still out there over Keg and Bottle. Your second version of those.
I think the. Let's see. I think Maverick is gone. Maybe Ice. I don't know. One or the other is maybe available. Maybe, but man, those things have been lingering for like years. Yeah, Woodinville is not one of my go-to brands. I'll say that. So
that might have been a curse of not being able to put the cool sticker on it. I think.
Oh, I could maybe. All right, what do we got here? What's Joey say? Oh, he's got all right. So Roy's got some cognac, nice 21 year. That's the thing with a lot of those cognacs, especially some of the Armagnacs. You can get some crazy ages on those things. So, Joey says, what's Joey say? Oh, here's Joey. Okay. Oh, the multi-ho is out there. Yeah, that's the Westland. That's Big Vic's. That's Big Vic's mug on there with the genie and everything. So
I bet you any of the donut picks would go well with cigars.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting back there. We'll probably. I was just talking to Jason the other day about trying to when we should start kind of getting back into that. And I think I'll probably start looking to get samples in maybe September, October for that, because we'd like to release those, if we can, sometime around Christmas.
Well, speaking of, Cedar Ridge, what's going on with that?
Yeah, so that will be I believe those are going to be next Friday.
Okay, cool.
Those will be next Friday. So we're looking forward to finally getting those things. It's taken a little while to get that stuff in, but yeah, those are right around the corner. We thought they'd be in a little bit sooner than they ended up being, but all good things come to those who wait, right?
Hey, Scott, I looked on the bottle. It's rum, port, Amaro, and straight on the tater sticker.
Oh, on the sticker. Okay. Yep. That's a problem. Half the time I don't ever get any of the stickers because we get our bottles about a week or 10 days oftentimes ahead and the stickers aren't ready. So I never have any of the damn stickers at all. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Well, I got you covered on that. So.
All right. Well, thanks for looking into that. So. Yeah, if you're going to talk about like our modern day like cigar blends, that's kind of like what you get right there, All right, I gotta blow this thing up. I want to see. Do I? All right, I'm not like got a little bit of light on me. We got the so this little area. Let's see, right here. Let's see, right there. is our fire pit. We had like a concrete slab poured like, I don't know, a few years ago with a few Adirondacks and stuff around that. So that's a nice little area to enjoy a cigar and some whiskeys and all of that. So I don't have a cable long enough, and I guarantee you my internet wouldn't work out there. So
I just remember you doing that stream out there when, what was it? I don't know, that game that you were playing on Jason's stream where you had to guess a bottle and you kept on guessing like Booker's Rye or something like that.
Oh no, that was right here, but I was like in the dark and like
oh my God.
3 sheets to the wind at that point. So
you were going, yeah, that was funny. You were doing the hula dance or something.
Well, I'm gonna go by him. I've got to go to Cincinnati. This is probably like the middle part of August. I'm going down to like Cincinnati for like a watch the Brewers, and we're gonna stay by some friends in Cincinnati. But before that, we're doing like that Tuesday. We're doing our pick at Wild Turkey. So I'm gonna stay by him a couple of days, probably Wednesday. I know. So we'll see. I'm gonna try to eliminate or avoid Solidarity number 2 at all cost, but hopefully we'll do some little fun, like maybe stream or something on his channel that Wednesday night. So
okay. You're a lot of fun when you're tipsy. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't. The problem is I pay for it for 2 days after, so the entertainment value for you guys is great, but I pay for it like the following 2 days. So.
Yeah, I'm the same way anymore. If I get whiskey drunk, man, I'm worthless for 2 days.
Well, it's a problem when you start getting a little older and you just can't bounce back like you used to.
No shit.
Yeah, I like the Blind Man's Bluff with our backbone pick. It feels like there's enough sweetness that's here, enough proof on this to work really well with the Maduro. Like the wrapper is really, really nice on this. So
you're saying I need to put that cigar on my radar?
I don't know. I mean, I've always been a fan of like the Caldwell stuff. Again, I don't know if you would consider it. And I guess anybody in the chat, you let me know. Do you still consider Caldwell a little bit of a boutique brand? I kind of still think of it like that.
Like a cigar page, well, they're always, especially when they do their scorchers, they always have a variety pack of those for like, I mean, nothing like, you're getting like 6 cigars for like $25 or something like that.
Wow.
And usually the Toros.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say try it. See what you.
Oh yeah, like I said, I liked them. I just started getting other stuff, and then that kind of went on the wayside. But yeah, I definitely like some of those for sure.
Always been like a really.
It's more on the full side, like stronger. That's what I like.
Yeah, I mean, probably medium plus, I would say.
Okay, perfect.
I wouldn't say it's like maybe if you're getting into some of like the big, like heavy, spicy, like Honduran type cigars or something. I don't know if it would necessarily be that, but
I'm not a big pepper guy, so.
Oh, you're not?
No, I mean a little bit of it, but it just depends on where how it's hitting. I mean, if it's all pepper, no.
I feel like that would be a cigar you would need, like if you're going to have a whiskey or something, you'd have to have a little sweetness to kind of counteract that.
Yeah.
Like anything from like generally any cigar that has like a lot of Honduran tobacco. Like I need a whiskey that's got some sweetness to it to kind of counteract or balance that.
I mean, like the pepper I get off the AJ Fernandez is, I like that pepper. I don't know, but it's just maybe you call that more of a white pepper. I don't know. I don't know really what the difference is, but.
You guys ever smoked any Tatuaje?
Yeah, I've got some downstairs. Another kind of interesting brand. I'm kind of a fan of it. It's a box I've had for like years now, and I've barely smoked any of them. Why? I don't know, but
I used to be a member of that Sinners and Saints Club of Tatuaje.
Oh yeah.
I think I still have some of those blends that I got years ago from that.
Yeah, it's another good one. I mean, they can get a little bit pricey though.
I'd just like to find some of the black label Tatuajes, those and the Fausto from them. Damn, that son of a bitch will put hair on your chest and lead in your pencil. Just hope you have someone to write to,
Yeah. That's a good one. So. Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit of a funky burn on this thing. It was almost a gap. You can't see it now; it burned away a little bit, but I was starting to get a little bit of a crazy burn. This came from a different humidor, so I wonder if this thing's a little bit wetter than some of the other ones. So, someone showed me, or maybe this is even common knowledge, I don't know, but if you start getting like a crazy burn, if you hold your cigar like up and down like this, obviously with the burn side down, if you let it go for like maybe a minute or so, it'll start to kind of like work its way out. It'll kind of, burn a little bit more evenly. So if you get like
I heard that, because it was like that kind of goes the opposite. You think you need to have the canoe on the top. I mean, the unburnt part on the top, but if it's on the bottom,
I
don't know why that works that way. I don't know.
Yeah, just like that, it'll start to kind of burn. It'll kind of bring it back a little bit, and I'm gonna see if that kind of comes back a little bit. So,
and rotating in a different way will work sometimes too, I've noticed.
Yeah, so far I'm kind of digging this combo. Like if I was sitting down and just enjoying these two together, this feels like right in line with. I wish I would have had this, but the regular bourbon to see how that was. But that might be kind of interesting. Yeah, you can see like the burn on this is not as good as the Oliva. So this is starting to get a little wonky.
Yeah, so that's where I would just hit my little single lighter on it real quick and
I don't have
clean it up.
I don't have a single flame, but this is
I really like. That's why I love my little single flames.
Yeah, I kind of took care of it a little bit, but
So I don't know about you. Like I said, I have a crappier palate with cigars and whiskey combined. I definitely can tell. There's definitely more sweetness on this, and I may get some of that fruit from the port or something on the very tail end.
Sure. Yeah, I mean it definitely seems to be that plus that Amaro, which is not something that I think a lot of people are quite used to, can kind of throw that off a little bit. But I think the balance of this was really, really nice, and it's probably why we ended up choosing it when we did, because we had a lot of whiskey that day, and this barrel and just our regular single barrel really kind of stood out in a really nice way. So
well, and we had different variations of the quote unquote flux blends, and this one I don't know, this one was head and shoulders better. I mean, I don't know, I liked it the most. It just reminded me of a cigar blend.
Yeah, I think a lot of times when you get into these, like, 3 or 4 kind of different finishes is probably what we would all kind of consider or think of as like a modern day kind of cigar blend, to be honest. So
I need to go up there and say hey to him sometime. He was a blast. Nolan's one of a kind.
He's a great guy. He's passionate about what he does, and he wants people to be happy with what it is he's doing and all of that. And that's probably what makes him such a good guy,
And he liked all my one-liners, so that didn't help either. So.
Yeah, well, you kind of fed into that a little bit. Didn't kind of get a great V cut on this. A little heavy on one side, but maybe that was causing a little bit of a bad or uneven burn too. So, but anyway, oh man, we're already an hour and 40 minutes in. Jeez.
Yeah, that's what cigars do.
Yeah, that's the thing. You
Big Vic territory.
Yeah, or you get to that point where you just start kind of like rambling on. So it's like people are like, all right, I'm done listening to this freaking.
Yeah, I know. It's been kind of us. Probably not the best.
Ramble on or whatever.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. I mean, this was like, for me, it was like one of those nights where I just wanted to like relax, have a cigar, kind of talk a little bit, have a good night and all of that. Probably not the most, especially if you're not like a cigar person. I get it. It's like it's one of those things that I enjoy. There's a few people I know that enjoy them, but not as many people. But, you know, again, it's like when you get into that whole kind of pairing thing and all of that, it's, you know, I don't know. I don't even want to say pairing. Like for me, oftentimes, maybe for you guys as well, but it's just a matter of like slowing things down and relaxing and just doing nothing, thinking about nothing, whatever it may be, you know.
I'll tell you, I mean, that's my typical lately. I mean, when the weather's like this, and yeah, it's a little, you know, getting a little warm again, but in the evening it cools down enough. But I just like coming out and having a cigar.
Yep.
You know, pair it with a soda or something. You know, I don't care. It just slows everything down. I don't know. I like it a lot. I kind of knew once I kept on pushing off getting into cigars because, I mean, you know, because really when if you gone into some of the cigar YouTube channels, I mean, it's you could just replace the word cigar with whiskey and it'd be you'd be on the same kind of a stream, the same kind of people, I think. And and I knew it. I knew I would just go crazy all at once.
Yeah. Well, that's just kind of the way it is. So, but all right. Well, I'll spare everybody else. We can, if we all want to like just kind of chew the fat a little bit and
let's
talk
do that.
offline, we can do that. So, but anyway, thanks everybody for kind of hanging out for a little while and enduring whatever this was to you. This was just kind of a hangout kind of night, and you know, if you were into cigars, great. I mean, it's something that I've enjoyed for years and years, and I thought, well, it was a nice evening, get out, have a little whiskey and a cigar and all of that. But you know, if it's not your thing, we understand that as well. So next Tuesday, I don't know if I'll be live next Tuesday, but Wednesday, I think we'll be having Murphy Quint. We're going to be doing a little kind of have him on. We're going to talk a little bit about prior to our release. We'll have him on, talk about his American single malts, all that stuff, and kind of get everybody fired up for our Cedar Ridge releases. So we're looking forward to that. A lot of good stuff coming for Mash and Journey, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of, again, like I said, a lot of good stuff coming. So it's been a little bit of a lull here, but we're about ready to kind of kick this thing back off. So, but yeah, anyway, if anybody wants to pop on afterwards or you have my number, text me, I'll shoot you the link if you want to hang out a little bit. But I got a good hour out here at this point with this damn thing. So I'm not going anywhere, but thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Won't see you next Tuesday, but Wednesday we will. And yeah, Thursday and Friday we'll be down in Tennessee. We'll be at good old George Dickel and then Jack Daniels on Friday. So we're looking forward to getting some of those great whiskeys to you guys as well. So with that, remember, like I said, it's about the journey, not the destination. Cheers, guys. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you then. Have a good evening. Cheers, guys.